Hello, welcome to Brian's Table Talks, that time of the week where we pause on our busy schedule just to share some thoughts. So we live in a wonderful time, a wonderful era. Most people have one of these things called a smartphone, and they are smartphones. A lot of people have tablets, they have the internet, and they have access to so much information. And we're almost in information overload. One of the things I learned a long time ago professionally, and this applies as a pastor, applied to my previous jobs as well, we get so much information, we have to be able to discern which pieces are important. And I've noticed in the last several years that people, when they come across a question, immediately go over to Google, Dr. Google, and they will Google something. And it's fascinating. So if I do this, and they do this with their own health, which is kind of frightening. I Google symptoms of a common cold: sneezing, stuffy nose, runny nose, sore throat, coughing. And they'll look at something like this and go, oh, I'm coughing, I just have a cold. Well, if you do some other Googling, if you do some other questions, you find that coughing is a symptom for a lot of things. So is a sore throat. But we think Google is a doctor, and we fail to understand. And some people I've heard of will prescribe their own medications. They'll go and they'll get their own medications, not prescriptions. Doctors got to do that. And they presume to think they know more than a doctor. And I love it. I've got a relative, he's a doctor, my brother-in-law. He's got a cup that says, your Google search does not presuppose my medical degree. And I know when he was going through medical school, he had to learn all about the body, and he specialized in infectious diseases. But he also had to learn what different medications and how they interact, stuff that we're not going to get on a Google search. So I want to encourage everybody, continue to use Google, continue to do the research, continue to ask questions. But remember the experts in our world, the doctors, the lawyers, the police officers, the firefighters, and the list goes on and on. The scientists, the engineers, people who have gone and done a lot of research and a lot of work to know more about a topic than we're going to get in a day's worth of Googling, if you will. Yes, get the information, be informed. But stop and reflect on which pieces of information are beneficial. Sometimes the answers we get are the answers we want and not the answers we need. And yes, the same thing applies to the Bible. There's a reason theologians, myself specifically, and a lot of my colleagues have spent years reading, studying, delving into. The Bible's not a book that you just open and understand it. It is far more complicated than that. Yes, you can read it and it'll answer any question the way you want it to. Doesn't make it right. Spend some time. Get informed. Ask questions. And be prepared to learn. There's so much in this world. So many things. Nobody knows it all. But you know what? We can keep growing and learning, you and I. I hope today's a great day. I hope you drink plenty of water. I hope you make a new friend. I hope you are seen. And I hope you see somebody. So next time, this is Brian's Table Talks. We give all the credit to Hal. He does all the hard work. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.